Good day, Commander.
Star Trek has no shortage of great villains, but one of them really sets himself apart from all of the others. As great as Khan Noonien Singh is, as well as the Borg Queen, when you absolutely, positively have to double-cross everybody in the room, may I present Gul Dukat. Except no substitutes. Am I alone? Do any DS9 regular characters like Gul Dukat?
Looks like you'll be hemming women's dresses for the rest of your life.
We can stand here all day reminding ourselves just how much we hate each other, but you don't have the time.
Yeah, that's a no from him, dog. Really up-to-date reference from me.
What do you think is gonna happen here, Dukat? That you're gonna wear me down with your charming personality? That I'm gonna be swept off my feet by that insincere smile? Are you really so deluded that you actually believe that we're gonna have some kind of intimate relationship?
And the hits keep coming. Though Dukat has a very, very complicated history with both Garak and Kira Nerys, his real hate-mance on Deep Space Nine is with Captain Benjamin Lafayette Sisko. It has been from the very beginning.
Drop by anytime you're feeling homesick.
You're very gracious.
As many, many viewers requested, it's time to take a look at the episode in Star Trek Deep Space Nine's 6th season, where these two seriously have it out. WALTZ. Welcome to SYFY WIRE's Warp Factor. Gul Dukat, you are the worst. Engage! Prepare for a mission briefing! The main episode we'll be discussing aired in 1998, but later we'll be talking about events from all across the rich tapestry of Deep Space Nine. Better play it safe, all crew to spoiler stations, and red alert! Aboard the USS Honshu, Captain Benjamin Sisko prepares to appear before a special Federation grand jury for the trial of Gul Dukat, former Cardassian prefect of Bajor, betrayer of the Alpha Quadrant, murderer, and failed conqueror of Deep Space Nine. Sisko handed him his ass earlier this season, though Dukat's daughter EARL tragically died in the process. Dukat is not over this loss, not even a little bit, and is definitely losing his mind. Out of nowhere, the Honshu gets attacked and is destroyed.
USS Honshu was destroyed this
Back on Deep Space Nine, Major Kira receives word that there were survivors.
There are survivors.
Starfleet needs the Defiant elsewhere, but Worf takes the ship out anyway, intending to rescue Sisko, make Starfleet's convoy deadline, pick up some nachos. All of them, all three. Sisko survived, because of course he did, and he is now stuck in a cave with Dukat. The waltz begins as they play a game of who is prisoner of who.
Whoever gets here first will find one comrade in arms and one prisoner.
Whatever side rescues them first will decide that, as Dukat has created a makeshift transmitter. He's also made Sisko an arm cast and sees and tries to kill a hallucination of Weyoun. While Dukat and Sisko get a stew going, Dukat starts to defend his actions, saying that no one on DS9 ever gave him a proper chance and that his policies as prefect of Bajor were generous.
They never really did give me much of a chance.
Sisko shoots all of that down, but Dukat cannot shut up. He also keeps hallucinating, now seeing a version of Damar who wants him to kill Sisko. Sisko checks Dukat's makeshift transmitter and discovers that it isn't even turned on and that it's also intentional. Sisko fixes it while Dukat is out doing whatever, and the nearby Defiant picks up a signal. Sisko covers it up when Dukat returns, and the evil Gul Dukat and the emissary of the prophets go at it once more, with Dukat really caring about what Sisko thinks of him. A hallucination of Kira has no trouble telling Dukat that he sucks, but Sisko realizes he's dealing with a guy who is 3 cents short of a full farmyard and cannot upset him any further. He goes so far as to say that some of Dukat's actions may have been fair. He's lying. He's playing for time. The Kira hallucination makes Dukat think that he's being talked down to, which he is, and Dukat reacts just as the Defiant beams up 2 survivors, and they are not Sisko and Dukat. Things devolve, and Dukat tells the supreme arbiter of all that's right and wrong in the universe, Dukat's words, that he wants to talk truth with no pretenses. Sisko gives up and shouts, "Let's do it!" Dukat says that he tried to save lives during the occupation, but Sisko demands evidence. Evidence? Evidence!
He wants evidence!
Dukat rambles as the hallucinations of Weyoun, Damar, and Kira circle around him. He then gets seriously real about how much he hates the Bajorans.
I should have killed them all.
Always has, and Sisko plays along. Right when they mention turning Bajor into a graveyard, Sisko knocks him out with a pipe and says, and that is why
You're not an evil man.
he's being sarcastic. The truth has come out, and the prosecution can rest. Sisko tries to make it to a nearby shuttle, but Dukat catches up with him. Dukat takes the shuttle and vows that from this day forward, Bajor is dead. All of Bajor. The escaping Dukat calms the Defiant about Sisko's location. They rescue him just in time, and Sisko recovers by having a deep talk about morals with Jadzia Dax. More than ever, Sisko now knows what his real emissary endgame is. From now on,
It's him. Or me.
Dukat! His eyes uncovered!
does this epic dance between Dukat and the Sisko contain all kinds of interesting facts and details? Will we ever see this legendary Trek villain again? What's it saying? A big yes, and for some reason, I hope so. I don't know why, I really hope so. Dukat appears in the premiere of Deep Space Nine, and he's there at the finale as well. For 7 seasons, the crew had to either tolerate him, work with him, work against him, save him, and then in the middle of season 5, mostly just fight against him for the rest of the series. We never knew exactly what to expect from him, but Dukat shows his true colors for good when he and Cardassia join with the Dominion.
I'm not attacking the Dominion fleet. I'm joining it.
This episode began life as a story that Ronald E. Moore said was known around the writer's room as Dukat's head, not Herman's head. Also, sorry. Both he and Ira Stephen Bear wanted to do an episode where the truth of Dukat was finally revealed full out for good. He hates Bajor, he hates the Bajorans, and he wishes that he had killed every single one of them.
Of course I hated them! I hated everything about him!
He wants to be loved by those that he despises. Moore once explained that Dukat was doing this for the audience, but also for himself. Gotta have the truth both ways. Moore has also been quoted as saying that Dukat is the hero of his own story. The writers had never intended for the character to have such longevity or popularity, but he was seriously popular with DS9 fans. Why was/is Gul Dukat such a popular villain? A lot of it has to do with actor Mark Alaimo, who made him amazing and also truly three-dimensional. The writers wanted a return to Dukat being a full-on villain, however, and also to remind fans that his actions during the Bajoran occupation were reprehensible. Some fans had begun to actually go so far as to defend those actions online, so episodes like WALTZ became necessary. Alaimo is best known for Dukat in terms of Star Trek, but he played other Trek characters as well. He had the honor of playing the first Romulan seen on The Next Generation, named T-Bok, in Season 1's The Neutral Zone. He also appeared as a different Cardassian named Maset in the Next Generation episode The Wounded, and pops up again as another character in Time's Arrow. Sisko's words at the end of this episode are prophetic. Sorry again, as everything in the series finale of Deep Space Nine really does come down to Sisko versus Dukat, emissary versus demon, prophets versus pa-wraiths. Making things even more personal, Dukat ended up being the one to kill Jadzia Dax at the end of Season 6. Not cool. The attack on Dukat's life that he mentions in this episode could be the attempt on his life that we see by Kira Maru, mother of Kira Nerys, in the episode Wrongs Darker Than Death or Night. Try to beat that title. The episode was directed by the dearly departed Rene Auberjonois, who famously played Odo on the series. A director of several DS9 episodes, he was particularly proud of WALTZ. Mark Alaimo was also proud and grateful that a recurring character was given a showcase such as this one. Auberjonois said that Alaimo made it work because he found ways to rationalize what Dukat was doing. According to Auberjonois, that's the way a good actor plays a villain. Is it a coincidence that this episode, which is mostly a powerful two-hander, has a musical title when another impeccable DS9 two-hander duet from season 1. I'm not going to get argument there, right? Also has a somewhat musical title. Who's to say? I don't have evidence to back that up, but I think it's true. Evidence? Evidence. Evidence!
Evidence! Evidence!
Earl Grey never fails.
Earl Grey never fails. Sisko never fails to be a total badass, and Dukat never fails to totally suck. This epic waltz is packed full of memorable lines, but the best line of the episode goes to the Sisko, with Avery Brooks just really selling how well and truly done with all of this shit Sisko is. As he says,
"What the hell do you want from me? My approval? Is that what this is all about? You want me to give you my permission to cause more suffering and death? Well, if that's what you're after, you might as well pull out that phaser and end this right now, because I will never give it to you!
Oh, that's the stuff. Sisko. Yeah! 2 things that never fail. The Emissary and Earl Grey. Gul Dukat fails all the time. If the Pirates ever come back, Dukat could theoretically return. Technically, he is still in the fire caves with them, likely having all kinds of hallucinations like the ones he has in WALTZ.
I don't care for your tone.
Spare me your endless posturing. You're lucky I speak to you at all.
Best to leave him there, though. I mean, I think it would cheapen his arc if they brought him back, and they're not getting Sisko back. Who's torturing who, though, I wonder? The Pirates probably don't love having to listen to Gul Dukat for all eternity. Speaking of eternity, Crusher Watch! Crusher Watch! Not in the episode. Not everything is about her, everybody, so get some perspective.
Hailing frequencies open.
Our hailing frequencies are now open. Be sure to let us know your thoughts on WALTZ as well as Gul Dukat in general. As always, feel free to call out other Trek episodes that you'd like to see us cover. One viewer has requested a trip over to Star Trek Enterprise, and though they requested the episode In a Mirror Darkly, I am too afraid that doing that 2-parter could bring back my Mirror Universe counterpart. Still cleaning up that damage. A different Enterprise installment, however, is not a bad idea, because I got wings! Wings alone! What do you think, I wasn't going to do that? I have to do it. It's contractually, I have to do it. Not really. Congratulations, Gul Dukat. Of all the villains we have encountered in our travels, you were the most awful in every way. In every possible way. You pilfered and raped Bajor. You tried to sell the Alpha Quadrant to the Dominion, all so that you could just get your desk back. How'd that go for you, man? I think I have all of the evidence I need. Mark Alaimo, you are a genius, but Gul Dukat, you are the worst.